an ombre name canvas. I made one for my sister's birthday, and I'm going to make one for Eva's birthday. So you need a canvas or a blank sheet of paper. I'm using a canvas. You can use watercolors or you can use acrylic paints. I'm using watercolors because I made my sister's one and I'm using watercolors. So you'll need some paintbrushes and you'll need a little bit of water, not too much. Yep. Oh, and you'll need a pencil to outline your friend's name. Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to take out my palettes. Okay, now that I have that set, I am going to get my brush a little bit. And I'm going to make a blue and purple ombre for Eva. So I'm going to start off with a bit of blue. Make sure to wet your paintbrush. I forgot to. Okay, so I'm going to start out with a lighter blue actually, because I'm going to go into purple. You might need to do a few layers for the watercolor one. Make sure to try and put like paper or newspaper underneath. I didn't have any, so I'm trying to be very careful. Try not to get it on your cards if you're using acrylic paint. You can use a blow dryer or a hair dryer to dry the paints so you can write them in faster and you can do more layers. So I've started off with light blue, this is how it looks. And now to create the ombre effect, I am going to mix dark blue and light blue. So those are the two colors I'm going to mix. When I do more layers, it will become more blended in. You need to do a little bit. See, it's starting to blend in. And then I'm going to take my dark blue and start making that in. See, since this color isn't really mixing, I might go in with a darker blue. I'm just going to wait for it to dry, so I'll be back as soon as it dries, and then we can go into the next layer. Okay, now that the paint has dried, I'm going to go in with a little bit of purple. I'm going to lighten out the purple a little bit because it is a bit dark. Oh my, I completely forgot to blend. So take a little bit of this and a little bit of purple and blend it like that. So that it goes into purple. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit of purple and just for this one, for my sister's one, I used red at the top. Then I went and did a little bit of orange and then yellow at the bottom to create a sunset ombre. I'm doing a nightfall ombre for Eva. Okay, so I'm going to do a bit more layers and let it dry, and I'll be back. I'm going to do exactly or roughly 3 to 4 layers so that the color can really pop. So see you then. Okay, so this is my second layer, and you can already see that the colors are starting to pop out a little bit. So I'm going to do my third layer, show you, and then my fourth, and then we'll write the name. And we'll paint the outside, but that step is not mandatory. I'm just going to take that step to actually really pop out the colors even more. So I've done my third layer, and it's actually turning out really good. I think I might not need to do a fourth layer, but I'm going to let this dry and then see if the fourth layer is needed or not. I'll see you then. Okay, now that I've dried it, I did a fourth layer because it didn't really pop out as much as I wanted it to, so I did another layer. It's best to clean your paintbrushes for this next part if you're doing this, because this is optional. And make sure your paintbrush is dry. I'm going to use some acrylic paints and go around the edges so that, like I said at the start, it pops out. I'm just gonna open it. Oh wait, I forgot my paintbrush palettes. I'll be back really soon. Okay, I'm back with my palette. Oops. Sorry. Sorry if that was a bit loud. So I'm gonna put just a little bit of black paint for the edges. Pretty sure that will be enough. Yep. So I'm gonna close it now. I'm gonna take my big paintbrush on the edges. I would suggest using a smaller brush. Okay, so I'm going to switch to a smaller paintbrush. I'm just going to wash this and use my smaller one. I cleaned all these brushes because they had watercolor in them. And you need your paintbrushes to be dry when you're using acrylic paint. I'm not the best painter, so it's okay if it's a little bit wonky. Okay, so I'll be back as soon as I'm done painting all the edges. I've done one side. This is how it's supposed to look, and I'll be back as soon as I do all the sides. Okay, so now that I've done painting all the sides, I'm just going to let it sit down on the paper and air dry it. You can let it to make sure that it doesn't touch it. Oops. Okay. Doesn't matter if you get it on the painting because I did a little bit, but it's okay. And so now I'm just gonna let it dry. And as soon as it dries, we're going to do the name. You can use a permanent marker, but I didn't have any at home, so I'm using paint to do Eva's name. So I'll be back as soon as this dries. Okay, so I'm back and it's dried up a little bit, and I wrote Eva's name down in a bit of gray lead, and now I'm just gonna outline it with my brush. lot if you're using paint. For me it is, it might not be for you. Yep, so as soon as I'm done with Eva's name, I'll be back. Okay, so I've written Eva's name, and just as an additional step, you can like outline it with white, or like fill it in with white or anything. Just gonna fill in the letter A with a little bit of white. Because the bar is going in. Oh my god, I just used the palm of the bottle by accident. Do you see what I did? Oh my god, that's so much. I'm supposed to put that back. Okay, now that that's done, I'm just gonna let it dry again, and I'll show you the final product as soon as it dries. And I have to put all this white paint back. Okay, so see you then. Okay, now that I've finished, this is the final product, and it's dried. Okay, so that's how you make a ombre name canvas. It's not the best, and I prefer I would suggest actually using a permanent marker because it's a bit hard to use paint, but it's up to you. Yeah, so okay, bye. I'm gonna post this on EAEWMT.